The equipment, I believe, is a 1-year warranty.
How about labor? Labor and warrant, labor and
That's
equipment, 1 year.
Probably, I don't know, I don't know the answer to that.
I think we've used Palm Beach products before. I know they had, was it a 5-year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Christina needs to find out the warranty on these. I'm sure they have warranty on material and workmanship. Anybody have any further questions?
Is there a breakdown like Palm Beach Aquatic, like electrical connections in this aquagenics?
One price.
There,
Palm Beach Products has, horsepower, nozzles,
No.
and the lighting. Yeah, they have it all
Yes,
listed.
that's a
So-
breakdown.
Right.
Breakdown of both.
And this is a different contractor. That's for the electrical, and this is,
these two are connected, right?
no.
I mean,
they're
he's gonna
separate.
use this.
No, we're gonna use them, and then we're gonna contract them. They didn't contract them. If we're gonna use Palm Beach Aquatics, then we have to contract an electrical company. So we did these separate,
Okay.
okay? So
And
there's
this is
not,
included?
yes,
The electrical
it's-
connection is?
yes, the one vendor's gonna do everything,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
all right.
So,
Can we motion to go?
you can make a
forward?
motion. I would recommend they
I think the quote was for 40,000.
I think you need to give the, for the benefit of the notes, you need to know what the total bids are for each one.
Yeah, but you need to, if you're gonna make a motion, specify both bids.
I don't have that today. I know I've seen it before, but it's not in the package, because that probably
You
required.
can pass
I
it
know there's a
down.
lot more.
The motion should include, one of the motions should include contingency upon the warranty. We need to have a warranty on this.
You know, what's the
I think
other?
you need to get all the information, come back to the final approval.
Is this, they would be Avatar Electric, would be the one doing electric, if you will?
I believe.
Christine, for the purpose of,
Yeah, we have to do the other one, it's
the
like.
purpose of the minutes, the bid solicited, from Palm Beach Aquatics for just the fountains was $18,618.90, which is very light. Combined with the electrical of $8,911.90, that's 28,000. The aquagenics bid, which includes electric, 1 horsepower, is 20,000, it's really light, 20,587.68. Pardon me?
This was $8,000 less.
Yeah, it's $8,000 less.
Which,
But however, you need to find out the warranty. So if you want to make a motion, we can make a motion contingent upon warranty.
So, Palm Beach Aquatics was $27,530 versus Aquagenics, which includes electric, at $20,587.68. So that I motion we go with Aquagenics contingent on finding out what the warranty is. It should match at least a 5-year warranty, you know, is what we're looking for, which would be comparable to what is there. And move forward and with the 2 fountains at 20 horsepower.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Christine, contact Aquagenics, verify on that, and then if they have the warranty mechanism, we need to put together a proper contract and add the public transportation PO to it that has all the contingencies on it.
system. They've got all the information as of the middle of last week. We're waiting for their response, which we should get. very
Okay, so
quickly.
we'll wait to hear back from you on what, okay, thank you. Okay, no, but they were gonna try to tie it in at one point, but then ended up separating it, and I was just wondering what happened with that. Okay, phone for maintenance guy, Christine already stated that that was already taken care of. And then last month, we discussed procedures for the acceptance of monthly assessment payments with regards to residents or owners that were in delinquency. And Christine was working on that. I don't think that was accomplished because we didn't get anything yet, right? I think,
The person that we was working with was swamped, so we
Okay.
just worked on it yesterday for about 2 hours.
okay,
And there was some good ideas that I
okay.
like. There's some formulas in there and, do I need to tell people about it?
Okay, so you'll definitely have that together for September?
Yeah, but it's in,
Okay.
even right now, I think it's very, very workable, but everybody needs to, have a look at it and feel comfortable with it, that it's up to the way we want to go.
Okay. So once you have that together, just email it out to the board, and then we can vote on it in the September meeting, okay? Under the new business, the vending machine, there's a package there for informational purposes. It's not that we're gonna go over tonight. Wanda brought up the idea, and I guess Christine found data and emailed it. I'm assuming where the data come from, Christine or you?
No, she looked up the data and, there was some great proposals where we were talking about it, we haven't decided, they're putting a vending machine in the walkway of the pool area. So that people can come if they wanted a beverage, there's a camera there, it's within, our property, so it wouldn't be open to the public. And, they have a vending machine with water and some soda. Not that we want to stock it, we don't want that type of arrangement, we just want something where, we may make it, what they call it, some sort of a share, or the company that comes and puts it in, makes most of the money, and we make like 10% or something. Not, it's not a killing, but it's a benefit to the people that come to the.
Anyway, there's a large package Christine emailed to everybody. I didn't look at it, I just saw the email. I'll have to read it. The vending, there's pros and cons to that, so I think everybody needs to take a look at that. And then we can yay or nay it at the next meeting. There's definitely pros and cons. You can have vandalism, you can have a lot of little things that can go along with it, damage to it. I mean, yes, it
No,
could
we
be-
would buy it, we would own it.
I know, it could be a benefit, yes, but I think you have to really weigh out the pros and cons of that. We'll take a look at it, Wanda. Like I said, I know it was a big package with all kinds of information, so.
More than really what we needed, but, we're just.
Yeah, but if we could just kind of get a synopsis for next month, everybody.
They call it a profit sharing program where we don't fix it, we don't own it, they put it in and we make 10%. They have 10%, 50%, 20% of the markup. So it's just an option. I'm not looking to buy
Is there any liability issues at all?
no, they're making the money, they're just making a little money but providing a benefit. That's all.
The HOA or the community is liable in any way for
No.
putting a vending machine?
They're making money and we're just making a little bit of money. We're not taking.
I didn't read it, Karen, so I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk about next one. I'm
Does it
gonna
become
close.
next business type thing?
I want to add something.
So I'm going to approve the minutes.
Oh. We didn't approve the minutes. Okay, sorry about that. We had the, is it on here?
Yep, it is.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry. Roll call, what's next to roll call? That's why, minutes approval, sorry.
I look a motion to accept the minutes.
My apologies.
I
Second?
second.
Okay, all in favor? All right. Okay.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna
something.
say, I really think we should take the speed bumps out, that are outside the back gate. They're not, it doesn't make any sense to have them outside the gate. Inside the gate, I understand, but those two on the outside of the back gate, I think we should have them over.
Didn't take into consideration.
One of them was at least put there because of the kids in the school bus.
Yeah, I don't think so. I've seen a lot of kids on skateboards and bikes. But it's because the kids get dropped off, on those lot of buses, it's now the school's open. And so maybe during the summer, we're gonna look through that, but now that the school's open.
Well, I mean, just think to me,
Possibly.
on the outside of the back gate, inside, you see kids cross the street because there's houses and stuff, but on the outside, there's no houses or anything back there. It's a nuisance to me every time I go up. I mean, I don't mind inside because they need to be there, because kids across the streets, they're going from house to house. But on the outside, they're going right down that side, right to the bus stop, and not crossing that street any time. It's just a pain going off the back gate every time.
I've seen them all the time over there.
Yeah.
They used to drag race back there, that was the main reason why
That's right.
they put in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
it was 10 years
If
ago.
I recall, one of the reasons why, you remember the gentleman that hit the tree? We had a couple people hit a tree, but there was one that was a really bad accident back there because it's such a long straightaway. I remember when this whole project went up, I was in favor of the one speed hump closest to the gate. The one that was further back, I didn't think that was overkill, but that was a little overkill. Here's the problem, and this is just something, again, the board can take into consideration, and you can see if you wanted to see what the community's response is. But once you have those speed bumps in, and we've had them in for many years, God forbid if there were an accident and you remove them, the HOA would definitely be liable because they would, your case would be, you had them there, we didn't have any accidents, etc. Now you removed them and somebody was injured. So there's always that I'm just putting it out there, there's always that liability issue. But, if it's
It's too
something.
bad we didn't do them, because normally when they're on the public streets like this, they have those.
Yeah.
On a street where it's not
The
inside
table,
of
you're talking a table.
Yeah, table, and that way, you can't go 60 miles an hour because you'll wreck your car, but you can go easily 30 miles an hour over.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, I don't like speed bumps.
Right.
I totally detest speed bumps, but, again, it's inside of a community and there's
There's
kids and
anybody-
there's pets and, I understand. All right, is that it? Anybody have anything else that we can open the floor? Meeting adjourned, 8:08. 8:08? Okay.
Are you guys awake?
I know, sorry, we're trying to get prepared.
I have a question about the lights in front at Green Manor. Are they being worked on or which ones?
Which lights, Harry?
All the lights at the entrance on the left-hand side when you're entering in.
The small light poles that were put in, are they not functioning or? Okay, I didn't know that.
There was one that was knocked down by a big compound,
Oh, yeah?
and we had to shut it off, and I contacted the fellow, she and Al, and they said, it's not ours.
It's not, no, those are put in and, I totally disagree with those because they look too small. They look ridiculous in that entryway, but it was something that was approved in the past, but if it's not functioning, they're not FPLs. That's something that the HOA would have to replace because, the reason why they were put in is because the entry was so dark, I believe, and there was lighting that was needed.
It's so dark there.
But I think if we have damaged ones, now would be the time to take a look at adding a better set of lights, larger, they're too small, the scale doesn't look right. So, yes, I didn't know it wasn't working, but yeah, we can definitely take a look at it.
This is the first hour.
What's that?
We can't get up and all the footlights there.
You can take a, you can ask them. Those were just more or less decorative, yeah, those were just
If you get
decorative.
it done, it's gonna cost a lot of money.
Yeah, but there are more, commercial type of decorative lighting that can go in there that'll look better. Those are just, the scale is all wrong for that community as you drive in, they're way too small.
That whole entrance needs work, but at least lighting for street
Right.
purposes is very important.
Christine will check into it, you can get hold of the electrical contractors and get some options and see what.
And I have one more comment on the furniture and everything in the other room. We have landscapers, architectural landscapers that come in and give us a plan. We have street planners come in and give us a plan. We need to have a designer come in and give us a plan. And that what we hire, like if somebody's on the board and somebody likes this style and somebody else is off of it and next year you get somebody else and they like a different style, it can't be at the whim of whoever is,
Yeah.
on the board. So there's many ways to do it. We don't have to spend a heck of a lot of money, but we can get somebody to come in with a plan and then we implement the plan. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. We can have them shop and get the furniture, or we can just have them come in with a plan and tell us this should be here, this should be there. This is what would work well with a lot of what you've got going on here.
Yeah, it's a good recommendation. I think Wanda was just trying to work within a budget.
So I was trying to get rid of those tables that I keep cutting myself on.
And then also, I mean, we may have a designer in our community that might want to volunteer their
You might.
time. So, you know, we just ask. That's it.
Thank you.
Do you know if the outlets around the Fountain Road from Greenwood Manor, have they all been repaired?
I don't know.
Yeah, they have, they've been updated.
Okay.
Was there a problem recently?
About 2 or 3 months ago, I noticed that the outlets were open, they were not functioning, their GFCIs, and they were tripped, and they were not, there was a couple open boxes.
So this has been recent, they've been checked out recently? Okay. Because I knew they were functioning, but I
Well, I
thought
didn't
you were
get a
alluding to
follow-up on
something.
it.
Okay.
So I have two things that I want to talk about. I'm a part-time resident. I live up in New Jersey. I live in Greenwood Mountain, PLANTATION HOA. So one point of clarification that we sort of skimmed over pretty quickly early on in the meeting in regards to bids being put out for the landscaper maintenance itself. So does that mean that a decision has been made?
No, it's just a bid. The contract's up, so basically what will happen at this point, the current contractor will provide a bid. Christine's working on at least two other bids. So what will happen is once she compiles the bids and gets all the data together, she'll forward that to the landscape committee. The landscape committee will review them, make recommendations, interview if necessary. They'll come up with a recommendation for the board. It then goes to the board, and then the board makes the ultimate decision.
So who is on the landscape committee? Because I can tell you, this is one of the first meetings that I attended, and again, just because I'm a part-time resident, it seems there's an awful lot going on her plate. She's supposed to be sort of like the property manager. It seems like all the bids from a landscape perspective is going to refer to Christine. Does she have the time?
Well, all she has to do is solicit. Yeah, what she does is she'll solicit the bids. We don't necessarily want the board or committee members, unless it's a special project, like somebody with an expertise, like with Russ, where he's not actually on the board and he's, has architectural background. You want an unbiased party soliciting the bids. You don't really want board members or committee members soliciting bids. That kind of leaves them out of that whole arena of, who knows who type of situation. So what I will do is I will get parameters together for Christine. I'll list out the buffer areas, everything that's in the contract. She'll have a complete bid package that will go out to the vendors, and then there's a bid against that. So basically, all she does is send the information out. They can come in, review the property. They have everything in their package that they need to bid the property. And then once they return everything, then the landscape committee sits down, goes over it. You check the references, better usage or whatever, licenses, all, the regular stuff. So, and that's basically how it works. So it's not like Christine, I understand you're saying yes, she's very overwhelmed at times, and it can be. But, and that's why she has an assistant. Part of her job is to solicit the bids. The volunteers do work together and meet, but they're not the hired employees to go out there and meet with vendors, etc. You really want that all channeled through your property manager, so she's in the loop on everything. Because if you have other people running around doing that, she's not going to know what's going on. So, from a managerial standpoint, it should come from her and then funnel down to the committees.
Okay. So, again, to keep on following on with the original intent of me, setting up this seat, I'm certainly displeased with the level of landscaping maintenance that occurs within the neighborhood itself. Unfortunately, I had to have a few conversations with Christine. I had the fortunate or unfortunate opportunity to speak to Raphael on Friday of last week, and I sort of shared my displeasure with him, obviously in a very polite and professional way. And the answer that he gave me was just unbelievable for a businessman to sort of respond to a homeowner the way that he did. His answer was, I'm not sure what you people expect. We do 600 homes here, you guys expect perfection. Now, is that the level of business that we want to deal with on a day-to-day basis?
No.
He signed up for the contract, right?